Ever feel like your thoughts have a mind of their own, like they're on autopilot running the show without your permission? What if I told you it's not just your mind at work, it's your entire nervous system pulling the strings? Well, today I'm going to share how your nervous system shapes your thoughts and how you can start taking back control. Trust me, this is literally going to change the way you think. Hey there, I'm Leah Davidson. I'm a life coach and a speech language pathologist with over 25 years of experience in brain health. I specialize in nervous system resilience, showing you how to regulate your nervous system, reduce stress, heal from trauma, and create more peace and joy in your life. Let's get started. So, we all have thousands of thoughts every single day, and most of them are unconscious. They're like a constant ticker tape running through our minds. And while we can't always control the circumstances of our lives, we can absolutely control how we respond to them. This is powerful because our thoughts create our feelings, and our feelings drive our actions. So ultimately, our actions are shaping the results that we see in our lives. So if you want to change your life, you really do need to start by changing your thoughts. Now, one of the most important distinctions I think we can make is there's a difference between facts and stories that we create about those facts. So facts are kind of the neutral, boring things in life. They're the math of our reality. They could hold up in a court of law. For example, a fact could be, my partner said, I'm always late. Now, the fact here is simply that my partner said these spoken words. Everything else, and how you interpret everything else, the meaning that you assign to everything else, that's your story. Now, our brains are like news stations. They're constantly reporting on the facts of our lives. But just like the media, our brains can be biased and dramatic and sometimes not entirely accurate. And just like we know that the news isn't always objective, we need to realize that our thoughts aren't always telling the truth either. So here's something for you to consider. All your thoughts are optional. Now, just like you get to choose what you say out loud or what you write down, you also get to choose what thoughts you entertain in your mind. Now, I get it. It often doesn't feel like a choice. And there's a reason for that, which we're going to get to. It can feel like our thoughts are kind of like these permanent fixtures, like they're concrete. But the truth is, they're more like a buffet line at a party. You get to decide what you put on your plate. You might try a thought out, realize this is not a good thought for me, it doesn't serve me, and decide to swap it out for something better. You are not your thoughts. You're the thinker of your thoughts. Now, here's where things get a little bit more interesting. Remember I said all thoughts are optional? Well, it's not just about choosing your thoughts, because before a thought even pops into your mind, your nervous system is at work. Your nervous system is like this radar, constantly scanning for safety and danger. And it does this thousands of times a day without you even knowing it. It's happening behind the scene. So think of it this way. Your nervous system is the lens through which you view the entire world. When the nervous system perceives safety, it allows you to access all your higher level thinking, creativity and problem solving and curiosity, all your executive function skills. I call her your CEO. You're able to access your CEO when your nervous system picks up on safety. I also call this team resilient because you are in this zone of safety, of home, your zone of resilience. Now, when your nervous system perceives danger, it pulls you into a protective state. So you might go into a more hyper aroused state, which I call Team Hyper, where you will feel maybe a little bit more anxious or overreactive or even more defensive. Or you could slip into a hypo aroused state, which I call Team Hypo, where you feel more shut down, numb, and disconnected from your thoughts and your feelings. Now, in these states, your thoughts are heavily influenced by your biology. It's not just a mindset issue, it is a nervous system issue. And that's why traditional mindset work can sometimes feel like it's not working. You can't really outthink a nervous system response. You can't outthink a nervous system that is stuck in a state of protection. You have to regulate your body first. Let me give you a quick example of this. Now imagine you're walking down the street. You see somebody across the street that you think you know, and you wave to them, and they don't wave back. Well, if you're in a regulated, resilient state, in that zone of resilience where you feel safe and connected, you might think, oh, they didn't see me, no big deal. But what would happen if you're in a dysregulated state? Maybe in a Team Hyper, that hyper-activated state. Maybe you're going to think, oh my gosh, they're ignoring me. Did I do something wrong? Are they mad at me? When was the last time I saw them? Did something happen then? And if you're on a hypo-aroused state, in that Team Hypo state, your thoughts might go to like, oh my gosh, I'm invisible. Nobody cares about me. I don't have any friends anyway. So the same circumstance, a wave with no response, can generate completely different thoughts depending on the state of your nervous system. But the good news, you can learn to regulate your nervous system so you can choose the thoughts that serve you best. So how do you regulate your nervous system? Well, the first step is always going to be awareness. You want to start noticing what state you're in throughout the day. Are you feeling safe and resilient and connected? Are you activated with more energy in your system? Are you shut down in more of a collapsed state? And then the second step is really to find ways to anchor yourself back in safety. I talk a lot more about this on other videos on the channel, as well as in my podcast, Building Resilience. So make sure that you go and check those out for more specific examples. One of my favorite techniques, though, I love to share it, is when we are feeling that overwhelm and we want to regulate ourselves. I just call it the ragdoll exercise, where you scan your body, you notice the tension, you release your muscles for a few seconds, just like a rag doll. It is a quick way to relax your body, signal to your brain that you are safe. So remember, all thoughts are optional. But the key to accessing the best and most helpful thoughts is through a regulated nervous system. When you learn to befriend your nervous system, you gain access to creativity and compassion and your thinking skills and resilience. If this resonates with you and you want to learn more about how to align your thoughts and your nervous system, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I've got so much more in store to share with you about building resilience, healing from past trauma, and creating that life filled with peace and joy. I hope you found this helpful. I'll see you next time.